Hey boys and girls, I created a separate little slideshow to go through and talk about some building design ideas, just to hopefully give you some inspiration when you start to think about how you want your building to look. So one of the things I was just realizing you may not know, you come over here up to this top corner, hopefully you can see my mouse, you're going to see the word present. If you click on that, it's going to make the slides a lot bigger, and that might make it easier for you to be able to see and do your work. All right, so I'm going to go into this next building here. This is an actual dentist office from somewhere in the Raleigh area. And if you look at this building, you can see that it's kind of a big building, and it looks like it might even be 2 stories tall. I can see 2 brown wood doors right there in the middle with a semicircle window over it, and then 2 windows on either side. In front of the windows are some columns, which maybe you could use things like paper towel or toilet paper rolls to make. Right above the columns in big letters, it says Dr. Lane and Associates Family Dentistry. And then the roof is kind of peaked, kind of like a lot of our houses are. So this would be a great building design if you want to be a dentist, a veterinarian, if you want to be an accountant, or if you want to be a lawyer, or you want to be any type of business where people come to you to get a service. All right, next business is Starbucks. And this would be great for any type of coffee or restaurant. And you can see the building isn't very big. It's basically a rectangle. Right over where it says Starbucks, and you can see the doors kind of over towards the right, you can see there's a little bump out made of brick, and then the name Starbucks Coffee is right over that. There are windows and another set of doors, and you can see Starbucks Coffee again up at the top. And then it has the logo. A logo is just something that businesses have that when people see it, it's an image. When people see it, they instantly can think, oh yeah, that's Starbucks. So in this one, in that circle up there, there's a picture of a mermaid. Everybody knows that that's for Starbucks. McDonald's has the golden arches. So think about if you want to add that extra detail, maybe come up with a logo. If I was going to put a logo for my company, Lucy's Garden Spot, I might have a picture of a tree and a beagle sitting underneath it, since Lucy is a beagle. All right, now I'm going to guess on the side of the building that we can't see is a drive-through, so people can drive through and pick up their coffees and baked goods. All right, the next business. This is called Men's Wearhouse. This is a place where men can go buy clothes and suits and things like that, but it would work for any other type of store, a toy store, a sporting goods store, a woman's clothing store. And if you look at it right in the center, you can see there are some doors. On either sides of the doors are windows, and there's mannequins showing what some of the clothes look like. Over all of the windows and the door, those kind of burgundy-ish brownish things are called awnings. They keep sun from coming into the building. And then right over the top, it's got a nice big name, Men's Wearhouse again. And if you notice, there's kind of a little bit of an interesting design. It's mostly square or rectangle shape, but along the roof line, there's a little kind of semicircle-y curve thing in the middle just to make it look a little interesting. All right, the next business is Target. And this is what a lot of Targets or department stores like Target or Walmart look like, but also grocery stores look like. They are usually really big buildings. And they have one area where people can come in with lots of windows and lots of doors. There usually is some type of cover to protect people in case it's raining out. And then there aren't a lot of other windows on it. You will see up over here where you can see the stop sign kind of in the middle of the picture, but if you look straight up to the tall part of the building, that's a logo again. Target has a picture of a Target, because when people see that, they think of that store. And then all the way down at the end, the far end of the building, you can see it looks like it says Super Target on there, big giant letters so people can see. And Target uses a lot of red. All of their employees wear red. So their buildings usually have a lot of red on it. So if you want to do a department store or a grocery store, maybe try to make something that looks like this. All right, this next one is kind of an older building in a lot of cities. Like if you go to downtown Raleigh, you can see some buildings that look like this. This happens to be an art gallery. It's 2 stories. It's made out of brick. There's probably an apartment up at the top. And then at the bottom, you can see the doors. There's awnings again over the doors and windows. There it says art gallery on both sides, because it looks like this is on a corner. And that number 7 is probably the address, I'm going to think. But this would work for a toy store, a bike store, a sporting goods store, a clothing store, a bookstore. if you want to do something like that. And really look at the interesting detail, how they made the kind of pattern out of brick along the top. All right, and then that's it. So when you sit down to start thinking about your business, again, don't just make a box. Try to think about a way that you can put some boxes together to make an interesting looking building, because buildings sometimes are just box shaped, but most of the time they have little like bump outs where doors would be and overhangs and things like that. Think about buildings and the stores that you go. Maybe your family owns a business, so think about what that building looks like. Maybe you have an animal that goes to the veterinarian every once in a while, so what does that building look like? Or your doctor or your dentist building look like? Do you have a favorite restaurant that you like to go to? Think about what that building looks like, and then see if you can try to kind of build something out of those materials. Or if you don't have the materials to build a 3D shape, design, make a nice detailed drawing that shows some of those details. Again, if you have any questions, you can stop in and see Mr. Warholic from 9:30 to 10:30 or 1 to 2 on Friday. Just go to the area where you click on your teacher's face and click on my face, and you can come in and ask me some questions. You can also go see your own teacher if you'd rather. And then just do your best, take your time. If you have paint and paper to make it look more like a building, great. If you can only do what I can do, because I don't have any construction paper and I don't have any paint, this is all I'm going to be able to do, but at least I can see what the building would look like. Also, if you need help with the business plan, you can come to those office hours on Friday to get a little bit of help. I hope this is helpful. Take your time, have fun with it, and let's see how creative you are. See you later.